Evening folks. I meant to do this video yesterday, but as always things come up, got very busy. Talk about the official announcement of the Queensbury versus Matchroom 5-on-5 card. Happened, I think that was yesterday. Absolutely fucking brilliant, mate. I mean, that card was mouth-watering enough as it was, because obviously the main event, Beterbiev against, Beterbiev, I always fuck his name up, Beterbiev against Bivol for all the marbles at light heavyweight. But if that wasn't mouth-watering enough, they've announced the lineup for the 5-on-5 between Frank Warren's stable and Eddie Hearn's stable, and they're all fucking brilliant matches. First off, light heavyweight, Craig Richards against Willie Hutchinson. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant fight. So straight away, I'm intrigued by it. I want to see it. Next at middleweight, Hamza Shiraz and Austin Williams. Again, it's intriguing. It's something I want to see. That's fantastic. WBA featherweight champion Raymond Ford. He'll be fighting Nick Ball, who came ever so close to taking the WBC title last month. See, brilliant. I can't pick a winner in that one. I'll probably favour Ford slightly, but what a fight, you know, because Nick Ball's a fucking firecracker, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Really, so again, cracking on its own. And the two heavyweight fights, Daniel Dubois against Filip Hrgovic. Again, fucking cracking fight, you know. I keep flipping in my mind who I think will win that one, because I think on paper probably Hrgovic is the better fighter, but not just going on Dubois' last performance against Miller, you know, imagine that. Yeah, very winnable, but yeah, again, I keep changing my mind who I think would win that one. And then the big one, Deontay Wilder against Zhilei Zhang. What a fantastic fight. I mean, it's basically whoever lands first, isn't it? You know, because they're both massive punchers. I would probably slightly favour Zhang. I know a lot of people are making a lot about his age. I mean, he's 41 now, or coming up 41. Wilder's not far off it himself. He's what, 38? You know, so, and it's quite interesting. They're both victims of Joseph Parker. You know, they both coming off losses to Joseph Parker. So that'd be interesting. Really stoked for that one. The whole card is brilliant from top to bottom, and they're all intriguing matchups. And yeah, Dubois and Hrgovic, Wilder, Zhang, Ford against Ball, the three real ones that are getting the blood pumping with me, and obviously the main event. But the other fights, you know, Richards against Hutchinson and Shiraz against Williams, fucking, yeah, absolutely brilliant. You know, what a fucking card, man. What a card. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people moan about the Saudis for various reasons, right or wrong, but they're kind of saving things at the moment. I mean, these shows would not be happening without them, you know, whether you like it or not, you know, whether anybody, you know, it doesn't matter. A lot of people moan about the lack of atmosphere at these shows as well, and I kind of think, well, that doesn't really affect me, because I'm just watching the fights. Yes, you can't beat the atmosphere of fights happening in Britain. You can't, you know. But excuse me. But yeah, and there is a bit of a lack of atmosphere at times in Saudi Arabia. But it doesn't really affect me, because I tend to turn the sound either right down low or turn it off, because I can't bear listening to the commentary. Because all the commentary, doesn't matter whether you watch it on Sky, DAZN, Top Rank, whatever you watch, the commentary is just fucking diabolical, in my opinion. You might like it, that's fine. To me, it's just absolutely diabolical, and I can't bear listening to it. I really can't. They're terrible. You know, I've been watching some old fights recently. Well, I watch old fights quite a lot. And the old Sky shows I've been watching like recently. And there's, you know, Jim Watt and Ian Darke and various others. And some of the HBO shows I've been watching as well. Larry Merchant. He wasn't everybody's favourite, but he was entertaining at times. George Foreman, Jim Lampley, Manuel Stewart. You know, they were engaging, and I enjoyed listening to them. Sometimes it got a bit annoying, especially with Larry Merchant sort of antagonising George Foreman sometimes, or whoever he was working with, just talking nonsense. But you could get past that, and it was entertaining. You enjoyed listening to them because they were knowledgeable. Not saying they're not knowledgeable now, but I don't know, man. It's just not the same. The commentary now is not the same. It's just, to me, it's garbage. So I tend to switch it off or just turn it right down low. So the lack of atmosphere that people complain about in Saudi doesn't really affect me. But I just want to see the fights. That's all I'm interested in. And it's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So really, really, really chuffed with that whole card. And yeah, so roll on June the 1st. Obviously we've got Haney Garcia this weekend. And then in May, beginning of May, we've got Canelo against Munguia. And we've got Lomachenko, Kambosos. That's not a fight I'm overly intrigued by, to be honest, because I don't think Kambosos deserves to be there. In my opinion, he just doesn't. I think Lomachenko, he's kind of on the slide. I mean, he's not fought since that close loss to Haney last year, so he's been out of the ring nearly a year. I don't know what to think about that. And I'll watch it, of course I will, but I don't know what to think about it really. Then that Bank Holiday Monday, we've got the big show from Japan, headlined by Inoue and Luis Neri. Brilliant. I'm looking forward to that whole show. So the next few, well, all the way up to June, it's looking, and then on May the 18th, fingers crossed, God willing, Fury Usyk, and they've got a good undercard so far. So up until June, up until then, we're in for a fucking treat as boxing fans. It's good to be a boxing fan at the moment. I mean, it looks bleak sometimes. The sport does. Some of the big fights not happening, some of the nonsense and the shenanigans and just the murky underworld of boxing rears its head sometimes. But at the moment, it's all looking good, and it's fantastic being a boxing fan at the moment. So, right, that's enough out of me. I've got to go to work soon. So take care, folks. I'll speak to you soon.